You may have heard about our Give Hope campaign, which is taking the stimulus money for those who don't need it, and it's just on top of what they already have, and they haven't lost their job. We're hoping to use that money to give hope to our own community, to a vulnerable population in our city, and to continue to plant churches. Here's one story of how we have partnered with Awaken Ministry in our own city, in our backyard, to help sponsor girls who are no longer able to work in the adult industry, and to make sure that they're well cared for, and maybe give them the opportunity that they don't have to return to it.
My name is Melissa Holland. I'm the co-founder and executive director at Awaken.
I'm Jen Robinson. I'm also the co-founder and youth intervention director at Awaken.
My name is Molly Mahana. I'm the house manager at Awaken.
At Awaken, we work with women and children coming out of any form of prostitution. And we provide as many direct services and wraparound support that we can. And so it involves case management, mentors. There is a transitional house. There's a drop-in center. There's fun activities. And so helping, especially our youth, kind of reclaim their childhood and grow into who God created them to be.
Yeah, so at Awaken for years, God has shown us that one of the evils in our state is the commercial sex trade, and the fact that we've given legal access to this, and specifically for Nevada. And so we have prayed and taken efforts into finding a way to see it close. And what God has used with this virus has been unprecedented in all efforts we've ever tried. And so we've seen, as a result of the virus, an opportunity for the entire legal sex trade to be closed down in our state. So the brothels and the strip clubs have all been shut down. And as a result, we really felt like God was saying, build a bridge. So we contacted one of the strip clubs and let them know, hey, we're here. We've got some incredible generosity from the community. We'd like to just be a pass-through organization to bless the women in the clubs. So we let them know, and as a result, the phone has been ringing off the hook. We have seen dozens of women come into the drop-in center and just be blessed with grocery gift cards, rental assistance, paying medical bills, the whole gamut of where their lives have been affected by the virus affecting their job. We've been able to be an incredible pass-through organization just to be able to essentially assist them in whatever financial difficulties they're having as a result of this.
I'd say one of the cool things with the brothels and the strip clubs closing down is that we have seen an influx of people who work in that industry being able to come in and receive services. And one of the best stories I got to hear was when I got a call from our program manager who said one of the women came in and actually said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go back to that. And because she saw something different, and she saw a different way, and she saw a way out of something that she may not have even known there was a way out of before.
One of my favorite things I've seen so far, just witnessed us be able to do, is I think similar to what people encountered with Jesus, where they experienced something different than anybody else they had an interaction with, or relationship with, or a connection with. And you think about the lifestyle of somebody in the sex trade, and those are very transactional relationships. It is, I do this for that. I need this from you, so I'm going to behave this way to elicit this from you. I want this from you, and I'm gonna pay you to do what I want for my own personal pleasure. It's very commodified and transactional. And so because we've been blessed to be an essential business and maintain our drop-in center, most of the women are starved for real connection. And they come in and they're expecting to fill out piles upon piles of paperwork just to get a gift card for groceries. They're expecting to, they come in afraid, unaware of what this is going to be to get this for me, just to get their needs met. And then they realize it has nothing to do with that. There are no strings attached to this gift. There are no strings attached. There's no expectations. There's no criteria other than you had been in the sex trade. That's it. And you have a need. That's what you get. You come in, you get blessed, and then they recognize connection and relationship. And it's different here. And so we've given them now something to compare the rest to. And that seed right there is a game changer. And they're saying, wait, can I come back? Because I'm alone, I'm isolated, and I really want to be here. And so we're seeing women now have choice and agency in areas of who they want to spend their time with. And they want to come back, and they want to connect. And And because we're open, they can. And because our staff is incredible and wants to work and wants to be here face to face, they can.
Yeah, we had a young woman that came back for a second time, and the first thing out of her mouth was, "It's different here. It's lighter." And I don't just mean because the windows surround the drop-in center, but it's actually a lighter, it's the atmosphere. And so I know it's because of our staff and their heart for the women coming out of any form of commercial sexual exploitation.
I think financially, some of the things we've seen are, specifically for those that have been affected by the virus, we're finding incomes affected. So financial assistance in that regard, and it can affect rent, utilities, phone bills, insurance, medical bills that they're making payments on, and now they're like, I can't make this payment. So there's been a lot of those kinds of things. Basic groceries, that's just, some of those basic needs are the best way to start. By bringing those provisions in to these places, what we have found is these are all places that predators are wanting to exploit. So when there's a vulnerability financially, that means that person's willing to do something different that they may not have been willing to do before. And so that's what a trafficker is looking for. This is an opportunistic scenario for a trafficker. So we want to be, like I said before, this pass-through organization, a way to prevent vulnerabilities from happening that would be exploited by others. And the church is given a blessed opportunity to do that, to actually prevent things from ever happening. So one of I think the top prayer needs we've seen is fear. We've seen a lot of fear come into people's lives, fear about uncertainty, fear of unprecedented times. And we really trust Jesus in all of this. And it's sort of one of those times to find out where your trust really is. But we also know there's a lot of people that we work with who the unknown is not safe to them. And so we're finding that there's a lot of anxiety coming up for the women we work with right now. So one of the main prayer focuses we have is for peace, to know the provisions of the Lord, to find the tangible provisions, the emotional and the physical. So I think that's one of the priorities right now of needs we've seen that the community can be a solution to. Yeah, we want to thank you guys. Livingstone Sparks, we have seen the mission to give hope. That is exactly what's happening. And in a time where people are scared and feeling hopeless, this is what is being provided. And we're blessed that you've considered us to be an organization to bless others with. So we're thankful for your generosity and your provisions of hope.
Yeah, thank you, Livingstone Sparks.
Thank you, Livingstone Sparks. We appreciate you.